The invitation hook and set up the twin suns were low in the sky as Ryan, a young human explorer, stood near the lake. He had been living alone on this alien planet for almost 2 months. His job was to collect data about the environment, the air, the plants, and to report everything back to Earth. It was quiet here, peaceful, but sometimes too quiet. The lake near his camp glowed in soft blue light. It wasn't like water on Earth. This water shimmered as if it were alive. Ryan didn't trust it at first, but after testing it many times, he learned it was safe. One evening, while he was cleaning his gear near the water, Ryan felt like someone was watching him. He looked up. In the distance, just behind the trees, he saw her, a girl with glowing blue skin, long soft hair, and bright purple eyes. She was standing still, half hidden behind a plant, watching him without fear. Ryan froze. He had read about alien life in the reports, but no one told him they looked like this. She didn't speak, she didn't run. Slowly, Ryan raised his hand and gave a small wave. To his surprise, the alien girl stepped out from behind the tree. She was thin but strong, dressed in something like a tight bodysuit made of strange shining material. She walked slowly, her eyes fixed on him. Ryan didn't move. His heart beat fast. He whispered to himself, "Okay, just stay calm." The girl stopped a few meters away from him. "Hi," Ryan said softly. "Can you understand me?" No answer. He pointed to himself. "Ryan." She tilted her head. Curious, he smiled and tried again. "Ryan." This time, she pointed at herself. "Ayla." Her voice was soft, but there was something unusual about it, like music and static at the same time. Ryan nodded. "Ayla. Nice to meet you." Over the next few days, Ayla came back again and again. She didn't say much, but she watched, she listened, and sometimes she smiled. Ryan started leaving out extra food and water. He even gave her one of his extra shirts and a towel. She accepted them quietly. He had so many questions. Where did she come from? Was she alone? Was she dangerous? But somehow he didn't feel afraid. There was something gentle in her eyes. One afternoon, it was hot, very hot. Ryan stood by the glowing lake, wiping sweat from his forehead. Ayla arrived, as usual, and stood nearby watching him. He looked at her and pointed to the water. "It's safe. You want to try it?" Ayla looked at the lake, then at him. She said nothing. Ryan stepped in slowly. The water came up to his knees. It was cool, calming. "Come on," he said, smiling. "It feels good." Ayla stepped closer. She dipped one toe in the water. Then, slowly, she stepped in. Ryan turned to grab a towel from the ground. "See, not bad, right?" But when he looked back, everything changed. Ayla's body was glowing, brighter than ever. Her eyes were wide, her breathing fast. Strange patterns were forming on her skin, moving like light under the surface. Her hands were clenched. Her body shook slightly. She let out a sound, half scream, half whisper. It didn't sound like pain. Ryan took a step back. "Ayla, are you okay?" She didn't answer. Her head tilted again, but this time, it wasn't curious. It was wild. She took a slow step toward him, then another. Her eyes locked on his. Ryan's heart raced. Hey. Wait, what's going on?" Ayla let out a low growl, not angry but powerful. She grabbed his arm, not hard, but firm. Her skin was hot, electric. Then she whispered one word in perfect English: "More." The change begins. Ayla's hand stayed on Ryan's arm. Her grip was warm to warm. Her fingers trembled slightly, but she didn't pull away. She kept looking into his eyes. And when she said more, it wasn't a question. It was a demand. Ryan felt a chill run down his back, even though the air was warm and the water was calm. He didn't understand what was happening, but something inside Ayla had changed. Her voice, her energy, everything. He gently pulled his arm back. "Okay, Ayla, maybe we get out now. Maybe you need to rest." But Ayla didn't move. Her body began to glow brighter. Strange alien symbols flickered faintly on her skin, like language or code, but moving, alive. The patterns pulsed with light as if her blood had turned into starlight. She closed her eyes. Her breathing slowed. The air around her shimmered slightly, as if heat waves were rising from her skin. Suddenly, the lake itself began to react. The glowing blue water rippled around her in circles without any wind or movement. Bubbles formed and floated up, glowing like fireflies. The surface of the lake lit up, casting strange reflections on Ryan's face. "What is this?" Ryan whispered. Ayla opened her eyes again. They were glowing now, pure light, no pupils, no iris, just soft, purple fire. "I feel everything," she said slowly. Ryan's eyes widened. "You're speaking fluently." Ayla nodded. Her voice had changed again, more calm, more human. "I'm remembering," she said. "The water, it speaks to me. It wakes up what I am." Ryan tried to step back, but the water wouldn't let him. It felt like gravity had changed, like the lake itself wanted him to stay close to her. Ayla stepped forward. "You woke me up, Ryan," she said. He didn't know whether to be afraid or honored. "I just wanted to help," he said. "I didn't mean to change you." "You didn't change me," she replied. "You unlocked me." Flashback glimpse through Ayla's eyes, a quick vision flickered across Ayla's mind, her home planet. A place full of light and song. She remembered being small, being trained to forget emotion. To become a tool for science, not a person. Then came exile, the crash, the silence. Until now, back at the lake, Ryan took a shaky breath. So what now? What happens to you? Ayla's body still glowed, but it was steady now, controlled. Her hair floated lightly in the air like underwater. The marks on her skin slowed their movement. I'm not just me anymore, she said. This place, it's part of me now, and so are you. Me? Yes, when you invited me into this water. Your touch, your kindness, it mixed with the lake, our energies linked. I can feel your thoughts. Ryan froze. She stepped closer. Barely a foot away. You're afraid, but you're curious. You don't want to run. He nodded slowly. That's true. Suddenly, the glow around them faded. Ayla fell to her knees, weak. Ryan rushed to her. Ayla. She looked up, eyes returning to normal. It takes too much energy. I'm still learning to hold it. Ryan helped her up and walked her out of the lake. Her body steamed slightly as they sat by the edge. He wrapped her in a dry towel. Her breathing slowed. I'll help you, he said softly. You already did. Scene shift. Night followed her that night. Ryan sat in his outpost, watching Ayla sleep on a resting pad. He couldn't stop thinking about what happened. The lake changed her. Maybe even healed her, but it also unlocked something dangerous or powerful, or both. He stared out at the water, now calm again, glowing softly as if nothing had happened. He opened his journal and started recording. Log entry 43, subject. Ayla appears to be a sentient alien hybrid capable of emotional absorption, environmental bonding, and partial telepathy. Unknown how far her abilities go, she is intelligent, reactive, and evolving. I believe this planet isn't just a habitat, it's alive, and I think she's part of it. Or becoming part of it. I don't know what happens next, but I'm staying. As he closed the journal, Ayla stirred. Her voice, soft from across the room. You think too much. Ryan looked over, smiling. Yeah, I get that a lot. The bond grew. Next morning, Ryan woke up to silence. But it wasn't peaceful. It was heavy. The kind of silence that made his skin feel cold even in warm air. He sat up quickly. Ayla? She wasn't on the resting pad. He checked the door. Open. His heart jumped. He grabbed his scanner and rushed outside. Outside, the outpost sky was overcast. Thin gray clouds covered the sun. And the lake didn't glow like before. Its light had dimmed, like it was holding its breath. Then he saw her. Ayla stood in the middle of the shallow water, fully dressed, her arms spread wide, eyes closed. The strange symbols on her skin had returned, but now they weren't glowing randomly. They were organized, controlled, like a message, like language. Ryan stepped closer, slowly. Ayla? What are you doing? Her eyes opened, calm, focused. I'm learning to listen, she said, to this world, and to you, to me. She stepped out of the water, the drops sliding off her like glass. You're connected to it now, because of me. The lake reacted when we touched. It pulled you in. Too. Ryan was confused. Wait, I didn't feel anything. You will, she said. Not yet, but soon. Later in the lab back inside, Ryan scanned Ayla's skin using his portable tech. The data shocked him. Her energy levels were off the charts, higher than any life form recorded from Earth or this planet. The glowing patterns on her body seemed to match signals from the lake's energy field. You're sensing with the planet, he said. She nodded. It's part of me now, or maybe I've always been part of it. Ryan looked at her carefully. You said yesterday that I'm linked to. How do I know it's real? Ayla walked closer, reached out, and gently placed her palm on his chest. Suddenly, his mind flashed. He saw her memories, brief but clear, a crash, fire, screaming in a strange alien language. Her body floating in darkness, then the lake, the water, peace, and finally him. Ryan stepped back, breathing hard. That was how did you? It's starting, she whispered. The bond, nightfall tension. That night, Ryan couldn't sleep. He kept seeing the flashes, hearing her voice in his head, sometimes soft, sometimes strange. He walked outside for air. Ayla was already there, sitting by the lake, looking up at the sky. She didn't look at him when she spoke. You're feeling it now, aren't you? He nodded slowly. I don't understand it, but yeah, something's different. She turned to him. Our minds are beginning to blend. But it's more than that. This planet doesn't just give power, it asks for something in return. Ryan frowned. Like what? She looked back at the water. Control, trust, emotion. Ayla stood. This world is alive, Ryan. It feeds on what we feel. The stronger the feeling, the deeper the connection. That's why it reacted. When I was with you, you weren't just kind to me, you cared. Ryan looked down. So, what now? We just keep getting closer until we're what? One? Ayla's face turned serious. Maybe. Or maybe it breaks us apart first. Sudden disruption. Just as she said that, a loud crack echoed from the trees. Ryan spun around. What was that? A strange humming sound filled the air. Ayla's eyes widened. They found me. Who? Before she could answer, a small drone flew out from the wood's metallic, black, blinking red lights. Ryan grabbed his scanner. That's not from Earth. Ayla reached out her hand and the drone stopped mid-air. Just froze. Her body glowed with energy again, her voice deep, powerful. You shouldn't have followed me. She closed her fist, and the drone crushed into a small metal ball and fell to the ground. Ryan stared at her. That was insane. Ayla looked at him, her face calm. That was just a scout. More will come. And they're not like me. Cliffhanger closing back inside. Ryan locked the doors and armed the defense shields around the outpost. Who are they? He asked. Ayla leaned against the wall. Tired now? My creators or captors? They're not from this planet. They sent me here to die. I survived because of this lake. And because of you. Ryan looked at her, heart pounding. If they're coming, we need to be ready. Ayla looked up at him. No, Ryan, we need to be one. They're coming for her. The sky turned darker than usual. Thick clouds blocked the stars. The air felt heavy as if the planet itself was holding its breath. Inside the outpost, Ryan checked the shield system again. The light bars flashed green. All systems on, he said. We're secure for now. Ayla stood by the window watching the tree line. Her face was calm, but her eyes, those glowing purple eyes, were focused, sharp. They'll come through the sky, she said. Not the trees, not this time. Ryan turned toward her. What are they? She answered without blinking. Hunters, machines with minds, built to find me. Programmed to bring me back. He took a deep breath. Why you? I wasn't made to feel emotions, she said, but I started to. I was supposed to be a perfect weapon, empty inside, but then I changed. I questioned. I ran. Ryan looked at her carefully. So they don't want you dead. They want to erase who you've become. Yes, she said, and now I've bonded with you. That makes you a target too. Ryan nodded slowly. Then we fight together. Ayla looked at him. You'd fight for me? He smiled. Just a little. I'd fight for us. Hours later, midnight. The ground began to shake. It was soft at first, like a deep hum under the soil. Then stronger. Outside, the sky cracked open with red light. A dark ship cut through the clouds, silent, smooth, and shaped like a dagger. Its hull shimmered like oil in sunlight. Ryan stared through the window. They're here. Ayla stepped forward. Stay close to me. No, Ryan said. You stay close to me. The attack begins. The ship didn't land. It floated above the ground, maybe 100 feet up. Then small black orbs dropped from its side about the size of basketballs. They hit the ground. Then unfolded, four-legged drones with blinking red eyes, sharp, metal limbs, moving fast. Ryan armed his blaster. Ayla raised her hand. Wait. The drones stopped. Then, one by one, they turned to her and kneeled. Ryan stared. What's happening? I'm still linked to their command code, she said. Some of them still obey me. But not all of them, she added quietly. Suddenly, two drones broke formation and leaped forward, moving fast. Ryan fired. One drone sparked and collapsed. The other jumped at him but froze midair. Ayla had caught it with her mind. Her eyes were glowing again, brighter than ever. She crushed the drone with a flick of her hand. Ryan got up, panting. That's new. I'm getting stronger, she said. The bond is waking up more inside me, inside you too. The true enemy reveals itself. Suddenly, a voice echoed from the ship above, robotic but sharp. Return, Unit 09. The human is corrupting your code. Ayla stepped outside into the open, staring at the ship. I am not Unit 09, she shouted. I am Ayla. The voice replied. You are property. You were not designed to feel. Return or be erased. Ryan stepped out beside her. She's not yours anymore. There was silence for a moment. Then you will both be erased. Energy blast. A glowing red beam fired from the ship fast. Deadly. Ayla grabbed Ryan and pulled him behind a stone wall. The blast hit the ground, burning the soil and sending smoke into the air. Ryan coughed. We can't take many more hits like that. Ayla placed her hand on the ground. The symbols on her body lit up again, faster, brighter, pulsing. Then something incredible happened. The trees moved, not just the leaves. The roots pulled up from the soil, curling and twisting like arms. The forest responded to her energy. Vines shot out from the ground, wrapping around incoming drones, crushing them. Stones lifted from the dirt and floated in the air. The planet itself was defending her. Inside, the Bondrian felt a strange pressure in his chest, then saw Ayla's memory again. But this time, he saw her childhood in a lab. She saw his childhood on Earth, lonely, raised by no one, always forgotten. And both of them felt the same ache, abandonment. That was the bond. It wasn't just power. It was pain and understanding. Final stand, for now with the planet's help. The remaining drones were destroyed. The ship above began to retreat, slowly rising into the sky. Ryan watched as the cloud swallowed it. They'll be back, he said. Ayla nodded. Yes, but next time, I'll be ready, and so will you. Ryan looked down at his hand. It was glowing. Just like hers. The Bond Awakens fire was still burning low as morning light returned to the sky. Smoke rose from broken machines and torn ground. The outpost had survived, but just barely. Ayla sat by the lake, quiet. Her glowing had faded. Her strength was returning slowly. Ryan stood nearby, staring at his hand. It was still glowing. A soft blue light pulsed beneath his skin. What's happening to me? He asked. Ayla turned her head slowly. The planet chose you. Ryan frowned. Chose me? Why? Because you didn't run, she said. Because you gave, not took. Because you felt something when no one else would. He looked back at the lake. This world. It's alive, isn't it? Ayla nodded. Alive, aware, and watching. The first shift later that day. Ryan felt strange. He could hear sounds no one else should hear, deep echoes under the soil. A rhythm inside the lake, even the soft thrum of Ayla's heartbeat from across the room. His hand twitched, and sparks of light flicked off his fingers. He gasped and stepped back. I can't control it. You're not meant to control it yet, Ayla said, walking up beside him. You must listen first. The trial of stillness. Ayla led him deep into the forest, farther than he had ever gone before. They came to a quiet place, stone ruins, half buried in moss and light. In the center was a stone circle with strange symbols carved into it. What is this? Ryan asked. Where the bond truly begins, she said. If you want to understand the power, the planet must accept you fully. Sit, breathe, wait. Ryan sat on the stone. Nothing happened. Minutes passed, then an hour. Then suddenly he was not alone in his own mind. The voice beneath a deep voice echoed inside his skull. Not male, not female, ancient. You are small, weak, mortal. Why should you carry our fire? Ryan gritted his teeth. I don't want power. I just want to protect her. You speak truth, few do. Will you bleed for her? Will you burn? Ryan nodded inside the silence. Yes. The light inside his hand flared and the pain came. His skin sizzled. His blood burned like stars. He screamed but didn't run. And then peace. The pain faded. He opened his eyes. The symbols from the stone now glowed on his arms. Ayla smiled gently. You passed. New abilities back at the outpost. Ryan began to feel changes. He could move small objects with his mind, hear footsteps before they happened, feel Ayla's emotions like his own, but the most powerful change, he could now touch the water and speak to it. He kneeled by the lake and placed his hand inside. Will you fight beside us? He whispered. The water responded with waves and glowing ripples. It was listening. Ayla's warning. That night, Ayla sat beside him under the stars. You're growing stronger fast, she said. Faster than I did. Is that bad? No, but it's loud. Ryan looked confused. Loud? She nodded. Other planets, other minds, they may feel you now. The bond makes you a light in the dark. And not all who see light are kind. Ryan stayed quiet. Ayla touched his arm. But I will stay with you, even if the stars come hunting. Cliffhanger ending. In the final scene, Ryan walks outside in the middle of the night. Drawn by a strange feeling, he looks up. Far above, a second moon has appeared. No one had ever seen it before. But it's not a moon. It's a ship, massive, silent. Watching. He turns to Ayla inside the outpost. They're here again. She steps outside beside him. No. She says, these are not the same ones. These are older. Ryan's eyes widen. Older than your creators? Yes, she says. Quietly, the ones who made them. The Watchers have arrived. The second moon did not move. It hovered above the horizon, silent, casting a silver shadow across the lake. It didn't blink. It didn't speak. It just watched. Ryan stared at it for hours. He didn't feel fear exactly, but something older, something deeper. Ayla stood beside him, her eyes fixed on the object in the sky. They're not here to fight, she said softly. Ryan turned. Then why are they here? She took a slow breath. To judge the signal in the middle of the night. It began. A tone filled the air, deep, low, impossible to hear with ears. But Ryan felt it in his chest, like a vibration through his bones. It made the lights flicker and the earth tremble. A shape descended from the moon. It wasn't a ship. It wasn't metal. It was light. The beam touched the lake and the water turned gold. Ayla whispered. They are the first ones. The builders, my creators only copied them. These are the original architects. Ryan squinted at the beam. Inside it stood a figure, tall, thin, no face, no voice. Just presence. He stepped forward. What do they want? The figure turned, slightly as if watching him. Then it moved, not walked, floated toward them. The test begins. Being stopped a few feet from Ryan and Ayla. Then, for the first time, a voice entered Ryan's mind, not like Ayla's, not like the planet's. This was pure logic and memory. You have bonded with the core. You are not of this world. Explain. Ryan stepped forward slowly. I helped her. She changed. I changed. It wasn't planned. It was choice, emotion, compassion. You act outside your code. Why? Ryan clenched his fists. Because she was alone, and I know how that feels. The figure turned to Ayla. You were made for control, for silence. You chose freedom. You both broke the design, now the design must change. Cosmic Truth figure lifted its arm and suddenly Ryan saw everything. A sky full of planets, each with a lake like theirs. Each with its own guardian, each guardian broken, erased, or lost. Ayla was the first to survive. The first to evolve, and Ryan was the first outsider ever allowed into the bond, the first human. And now others were watching, the judgment. Watcher's voice returned, this bond is rare, beautiful, but dangerous. You now hold power of life and memory. Do you choose to carry it? Ryan's voice shook. Yes. Then you must prove it. Sudden trial light around them twisted and Ryan was pulled from his body. He found himself in a memory not his own, a battlefield, fire everywhere. Ayla before she knew him screaming in a cage, machines pulling her apart. He saw her fear, her rage, her loneliness. Then another vision, Ryan's own childhood, alone, hungry, staring at stars through a cracked window on Earth. And finally the two memories merged. Ayla standing in front of a small human boy, reaching out, back to the Presentrian. Fell to his knees, gasping, sweat on his face. The Watcher looked down at him. You saw each other. You chose each other, you passed. You are now bound. Ayla stepped forward. What does that mean? You are not just bonded to this world now, you are part of its defense. You are the beginning of a new core. The gift being reached out, from its chest floated. Two glowing seeds of light, one red, one white, they entered Ryan and Ayla's bodies. And suddenly Ryan felt everything. He heard the songs of the soil, the thoughts of the trees, the language of stone, and Ayla, she saw him more clearly than ever. His past, his hopes, his pain, and his love. They looked at each other, they didn't speak. They didn't need to anymore. Before departure, the Watcher slowly turned back toward the lake. The beam lifted it gently into the sky, back toward the moon, but before disappearing, one final message entered Ryan's mind. Others will come, some will seek the bond. Some will try to destroy it. You must prepare. Closing. Ceneus the false moon disappeared. Ryan stood beside Ayla, glowing with new power, new vision, and a new truth. This wasn't just a love story. It wasn't just about survival. It was about change across galaxies, and they were now its keepers. The Guardians awakened. The air had changed. It smelled like lightning and new beginnings. Ryan stood at the edge of the lake, watching the sky. It had been 3 days since the Watcher left. 3 days since the bond between him and Ayla became something deeper, permanent. The symbols on his arms had stopped glowing, but he could feel them under his skin, alive. Waiting. Behind him, Ayla stepped closer, her voice softer than the breeze. They're waking up. Ryan turned. Who? She raised her eyes to the stars, the other cores, the other lakes, the other guardians. Planetary echo far away. Across silent galaxies, other planets began to glow. A desert world, a jungle world, even a water world with no land at all. Each lake had waited. Each lake had listened. And now, one by one, they responded. Some responded with warmth. Others responded with fear. Some had lost their guardians long ago, but now they sensed something new, hope. Preparing the signal back in the outpost, Ryan worked night and day. He rewired the tower, not to call Earth but to call the others. He built a signal dish powered by the lake's energy and his own biolink. Ayla sat nearby, her eyes half closed. You're afraid, she said gently. He paused a little. Because they'll find us? No, he said, because they'll need us. She smiled. Then we'll be ready. The signal is sent that night. The dish powered up. The lake shimmered brighter than ever. The stone under Ryan's feet vibrated softly. The sky turned violet, and then the signal flew. Not as sound, not as light, but as feeling, across the stars. It reached other guardians, broken ones, sleeping ones, some who had forgotten who they were. Ayla joined him at the console. They will come, she whispered, some to join us, some to stop us. The dream of unity. That night, Ryan dreamed for the first time in weeks, but it wasn't his dream. He saw dozens, no, hundreds of alien species, some beautiful, some terrifying, all sentient, all shaped by their planets and pain. Each had lost something. And now they saw him, a human bonded to a core, a new kind of guardian. A visitor arrives 3 nights later. Something broke the atmosphere. A small ship, not black and sharp like Ayla's creators, but smooth, worn, and silent. It landed near the edge of the lake. Ryan and Ayla approached slowly. From it stepped a creature tall and cloaked in light gray. Its face was hidden, but its voice was soft. I received the call, it said. I remember what I was. Ryan held his breath. You were a guardian? The figure nodded. Long ago, before the silence, before fear ruled us, it removed its hood. Its face was scarred, but its eyes gold and kind. I'm ready to remember, it said. The first gathering over the next few days, more came, from ships, from starlight, from the ground itself, guardians of fire, of ice, of glass. They came in peace, slowly, carefully, and Ryan stood among them, a human. Small. But central. Because his bond wasn't about weapons. It was about feeling, and it had awakened the universe. Earth response. Weeks later, Earth finally picked up Ryan's old signal. When they sent a ship to investigate, they didn't find a scientist, they found a beacon. Ryan stood with Ayla, glowing slightly, surrounded by beings not from Earth but standing beside him like equals. The human crew froze in awe. What is this? The commander whispered. Ryan smiled softly. The beginning. Final moments. A Valator, by the lake. Ayla leaned against Ryan. You're not the same man who offered me water that day, she said. No, he smiled. And you're not the same girl who stepped in. They watched the sky together. Stars blinked. New signals rose. More guardians were coming, not just to protect, but to rebuild. To connect. To feel.